Hey everyone, this is Shobi. Welcome back to my channel, and today we're reviewing a brand new product from Focusrite, and that is the Scarlett 2i2 fourth generation audio interface. Now, for those of you who don't know what an audio interface is, to put it simply, it's a little device which helps you connect your music production computer or laptop to external inputs such as studio monitors, microphones, guitars, etc. And Focusrite has been in the industry for quite a long time. I've been a huge fan of the products, and I've used the first, second, third generation products for years. And I went out and picked up the fourth generation 2i2 interface recently, just to check out how it is. And I thought I'd do a small review of it. So right out of the box, this is your typical audio interface from the Scarlett series, right? It's this iconic red metal box, super sturdy, very sleek, got a nice weight to it, some nice rubber feet at the bottom, and overall just excellent build quality. Now, when we look a little deeper into the inputs and the outputs at the back, you'll notice that Focusrite did a couple of changes this year, and I find these changes quite positive. For one, the knobs have become extremely smooth. They're very sturdy. They don't move around. They're very easy to adjust. I really like the fact that we now have the instrument inputs in the front and the mic inputs at the back. Now, why do some people prefer that, especially myself, is because it just looks cleaner in the studio, and it's just nice to have the mic inputs at the back and the instrument inputs in the front, so that you don't have a ton of cables. Now, the nice thing is you can have two instrument inputs in the front, like two guitars, and two microphone inputs at the back. However, you can only use two of them at one time, so that's probably something to keep in mind. Besides that, if you look at the back, you have your typical TRS outputs, which are balanced. You have a USB-C output this time, which is great, considering that a lot of the new laptops and computers are USB-C capable, which is nice. And what I really like is this little 5-watt power inlet. So this lets you use it with devices which don't have enough power, for example, an iPad or an iPhone. And so you can basically run this with pretty much any device now, and that's great. Looking in the front, there's a couple of different things happening here, which I want to dig deeper into. So starting right here on this side, you have your typical individual knobs for your instruments. Now, keep in mind, these knobs are these typical limitless knobs, if you may call them, so they don't have an end to them, so you can keep moving them around all day, which is nice. I also like the fact that you have a select button in the front, and the select button helps you choose between which of your instrument inputs you want to record and what you want to work with at that very moment, so that's nice. You have your typical 48 volts mic input, which is great for condenser microphones where you need a little bit more power to drive those microphones. And then you also have 3 new buttons in the bottom, which I want to dig deeper into. The first one of these is the air button. Now, the air mode in this device basically helps, particularly with microphone recordings or even instrument recordings, where you want a little bit more of that high-end presence and shine. Activating this air mode really gives that extra punch and that high end into your recording. So I've tried this, and it sounds really neat, sounds really clean, and very professional as well. The second mode that I really like on this is called the auto gain feature. Now, the auto gain feature and the safe feature on the Scarlett interface is quite a cool little feature, especially for people who don't know how to record well with microphones or instruments, or particularly who are new to the whole process of recording. Now, what the auto gain feature does is you can activate this for any of your inputs, such as your microphones, and then you simply have to sing or talk into the microphone for about 10 seconds. The interface listens to that audio coming in and then sets the audio level somewhere between -12 and -18 dB. So that's really nice because it helps to get that consistent flow of audio and keeps it at a level that's not too low and not too high. So that's a pretty neat and nifty feature to have. Put together, the safe feature, which is kind of like a clipper, if you may, helps to ensure that you're not clipping, you're not distorting with your sounds. It kind of brings down the whole level a little bit if it finds that it's clipping. Now keep in mind, the save feature can be a little troublesome sometimes, because the save feature basically brings down your volume level if you're clipping, but it does not push it back up. So it's not like a compressor as such. So that's something to keep in mind if you're planning to use the auto gain and the save feature together. I personally have used the auto gain feature myself and have had excellent results. The save feature is not something that I've used so much. Now, coming back to the front, you have your typical instrument inputs, your knobs, your three new features of auto gain, your safety feature, your air feature, you have your select button, your 48-volt microphone input. And besides that, you have your typical output knob, which is very smooth. I love it. And, your typical headphone knob, which is, again, as all Focusrite devices, very, very clean, very nice. It also has a nice little nifty direct monitoring button, which you can switch on if you're recording something and listening to audio from your DAW, which helps to kind of reduce that latency. So that's nice. And besides that, overall, I think it's an excellent device. I would be very keen to take this on the road. I have no doubts that it's gonna survive the hardships of flying in and out of places with this and setting this up in different studios and just throwing it in a bag. I think it's an excellent piece of gear for the price that you get. And again, I think Focusrite did an excellent job with this. Now, just getting into a little bit of the nitty-gritties of numbers, I'm going to put some of these details up here, but just to kind of look into the headphone amps, the mic amps. As usual, excellent as always from Focusrite. I've run multiple headphones of different powers, like especially the biodynamic headphones, and I've never had any issues with them. I've run multiple condenser microphones such as the Shure series, and also cheaper condenser microphones and super expensive ones such as the Newman microphones. Never had any issues running them, especially because you have this phantom power on that. The audio converters are super clean. You get crystal clear recordings, and overall I think it's just great. I think the quality that you get at this price point, currently it's in the market for around 170, 180 euros, probably lesser, if you're on a Black Friday sale or a Christmas sale. But I think for the price point and for the quality you get, this is an excellent piece of gear for music producers, podcasters, content creators, anyone really looking for a robust audio interface with so many inputs. So I think overall, I can only recommend this. As usual, huge fan of Focusrite products. I would like to add one more thing to this, and that is something which brings the whole value proposition of this product up to another level, and that is the bundle software you get with it. So I know a lot of audio interfaces provide bundle software. A lot of them are quite crappy, to be honest. Focusrite has done a splendid job. They give you some bundle software from iZotope on it, which is great. I got the iZotope Ozone Elements with it, a couple of sample packs. You get Ableton Live Lite, I believe. You get beginner edition of Fruity Loops. You have a few other subscriptions from sample libraries and things like that. So I think overall, it's just generally a really good deal. Just alone looking at the bundle software you get with it and the value of it compared to how much this whole thing costs, I think it's a steal, honestly. So it's like a no-brainer if you're looking for a new audio interface, honestly. So yeah, I'm gonna next put on a couple of audio samples so that you can really get in and listen to how the quality sounds. Now I'm going to put in some samples from the second generation Focusrite Scarlett interface compared to the fourth generation one. And I'm also going to compare a really high-end Shure condenser microphone compared to a much cheaper condenser microphone, so that you can really hear the difference of how that sounds running on the new Scarlett 2i2 fourth generation. So hear it out for yourself. Let me know how you like it.
The world was on fire, no one could save me but you. It's strange what desire will make foolish people do. The world was on fire, no one could save me but you. It's strange what desire will make foolish people do.
If you guys enjoyed this review, please go like my channel, subscribe, hit the bell icon, hit the comments below in the comment section. Thank you. See you next time.